The USA Rice Federation has come to the close of another year. Another year with challenges, but that which staff and the membership have handled well, which is what we've come to expect. Those challenges include imports of rice into the Western Hemisphere, trade barriers in some markets, quality, health and safety issues, as well as the typical regulatory and legislative issues we face every day. The staff working at the direction of our many volunteer committees has worked tirelessly to overcome many of these obstacles, keeping existing markets open, opening new markets, promoting American rice here and abroad, while serving as a unified voice for our industry with both media and our government. The work this organization does each and every day is truly astounding. If you're not sure what they do for you, I encourage you to call them and find out, or ask a colleague. In the meantime, here's a brief look at some of the USA Rice's recent accomplishments.
The USA Rice Producers Group and our very capable Government Affairs Group has been instrumental in leading us through this Farm Bill process, and has worked really hard to make sure that all crops in all regions of the country were represented. We analyzed how it was going to affect these different areas and tried to put pieces in the Farm Bill that would protect everybody. We don't have crop insurance to protect us, and so price protection is really the most important thing for a producer. And not having it in the Farm Bill would have been, I think, devastating. And so Reese and his crew were able to get that in the Senate version of the Farm Bill. Having it in both the House and Senate version will be very helpful, and I think the final outcome, we definitely will have a price protection option in whatever Farm Bill we end up with at the end.
There are just enough people that really want this done that I think somehow or another it'll happen. But I can't tell you what the final outcome is going to be. I can tell you this, that from what I can see, whatever ends up happening here, rice is going to be okay. That much I can tell you.
The job of the USA Rice Federation's trade policy team is twofold. One is obviously to seek and open new markets and create more demand for American-grown rice. Another job of the USA Rice Federation's trade policy team is to conduct research and surveys about our competitors' domestic price support systems on rice. Places like Brazil, Thailand, Vietnam all appear to be exceeding their WTO commitments. With this research, USA Rice can give our government the tools they need to help make sure that our competitors live up to the agreements and commitments that they've made.
The industry has great representation. Both the organizations, USA Rice and the California Rice folks, they know how to promote the industry. They also have deep understanding of how that rice industry operates in the international marketplace, so when we talk about international trade, as well as the production of rice.
One way the USA Rice has helped the industry, in 2012, the U.S. trade agreement with Colombia, they implemented aboard cold rice, and that helps to get the U.S. rice into Colombia, and the more rice that we can market and sell, the better for the farmer and the whole industry. In 2012, the U.S. research market received about $3 million in funds they had not previously had, so that's a very positive impact for our industry.
You know, the experience that I've had predates my time here in Congress. I worked with the Rice Federation as a farm broadcaster, and so it's been a very easy transition in terms of working with them as a member of Congress. Great resource of information. Always accessible, up on the issues, and anything we've needed from them, it's always been it's been an easy accommodation.
The California rice industry has worked in lockstep with the USA Rice Federation to open and maintain some of the most important markets in Northeast Asia, namely Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. One of the most exciting opportunities right now for the U.S. rice industry is the potential of the opening of the Chinese market. The USA Rice Federation is seeking promotional activities through research and attendance at trade shows in mainland China. The USA Rice Federation attended a trade show in Shanghai. There were many participants from the USA rice industry, including producers and exporters, which spent a week there learning about the industry and meeting with potential consumers. This has huge opportunities for all types and varieties of rice from all origins in the United States. USA Rice has been working tirelessly with the U.S. government over the last 4 or 5 years to secure a phytosanitary protocol which will ultimately lead to the opening of this market.
I think one of the most important tools we've got as an industry is the USA Rice Federation PAC. In other words, it's a PAC that producers, members, merchants, all the industry participates in. That allows us to educate members of Congress and their staff on what our priorities are. You know, the people that are not necessarily working for our priorities have obviously got their PACs, and so it's important that we be able to get our message to members, because other folks that may have a message that's different than ours are certainly getting to them. It's a bipartisan thing. We raised about $200 and donated about $250,000 in the last election cycle. We gave it to members of Congress and candidates for Congress from both parties. You know, we would like to raise about $300,000 in this next election cycle, and so that's why it's important that both the producer and the industry side of our industry contribute to the USA Rice PAC.
USA Rice and the Rice Federation has wonderful leadership. They know their material. They're a very good source of information to me and other members of Congress. They're very quick to bring problems to us when they arise, and they've helped educate me and other members of Congress on the challenges in the rice industry. So they've been a very valuable resource. I enjoy the relationship I have with them.
USA Rice and Arkansas Rice have both been just fantastic. They're really good about anticipating what's going to happen. They hear these little rumors, they let us know. They weigh in with very clear and concise recommendations for us, which is great. And so when sometimes it's like working on something big like the Farm Bill, other times it may be a trade issue. I mean, all kinds of things, but we're constantly in contact with them, and they're just very, very helpful.
USA Rice and Ducks Unlimited earlier in 2013 formed an alliance, a partnership, to focus on stewardship of rice production, on stewardship of water availability, and stewardship of water birds, waterfowl. All three of those are common, but the most common resource to rice and to waterfowl is the water itself, and that we are working together to preserve all three.
The U.S. Rice Federation is second to none when it comes to advocating on rice issues, both in my DC office and back in the district in Missouri's 8th, just informing us of all the different issues that the producers have. You know, I come from a farming background, raising beef cattle. It's quite differently than growing rice, but they've definitely been a great asset to keeping me up to speed on all the issues.
Sure, the United States Rice Federation, I know, is speaking for farmers back home who very often can't take time to leave their farm, leave their family and come up here, so they've got an effective voice up here for them.
USA Rice is the only organization that does domestic promotion in the United States. About 50% of our rice is consumed domestically, and we've seen domestic consumption rise dramatically in the last 25 or 30 years. And through our efforts with the Rice Federation, we have become involved in the WIC program, in school lunch programs, and just awareness. And we've also gotten rice on the food pyramid and whole grains. And we've touted the nutritional benefits of brown rice. And the domestic market is very important, and we have a very effective domestic promotion.
Well, it's helpful to have the USA Rice Federation. We have members come in from Missouri who are part of that, and of course you have people in Washington constantly talking about the unique characteristics of rice as a crop, the different concerns that growers have and growers might have for other crops, and having the Federation be part of that discussion is really an important thing.
One of the things I like about the USA Rice Federation is that I'm allowed to make an impact as a producer. I have a voice. I make my living, my livelihood is derived from rice, and I got involved because I wanted to be able to have an impact.
It's a grassroots, ground up organization.
It helps me better understand what's going on in the rest of the industry. In other words, the way we do rice in the Boot Heel of Missouri is not the way they do rice in the Sacramento Valley of California or the coastal bend of Texas. And it's good to be able to talk to people from different parts of the industry to see what's going on in the rest of the industry.
I look at the Federation as an umbrella that covers not only producers' interests, but millers and merchants' interests also. We all have a voice, and we all the industry unites as one and comes together.
Where we have growers, we have merchants, and we have millers all working together for the good of the U.S. rice industry. And that's why being part of the USA Rice Federation is important.
I'm Chris Crutchfield. I'm a rice miller from Williams, California.
I'm John Owen. I'm a rice producer from Rayville, Louisiana.
I'm Blake Girard. I'm a rice farmer from Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
I'm Linda Ron. I'm a rice farmer from El Campo, Texas.
I'm Brian King, a rice merchant from Martree, Arkansas.
I'm Paul T. Combs. I'm a rice producer from Kennett, Missouri.
I'm Mark Denman. I'm a miller, and I'm a proud member of USA Rice.